This is the Spinner Rack.
So, Liefeld, my man Liefeld, Rob Liefeld.
Yep, your man.
He had a lot to say, or has been saying a lot basically about the whole, DC possible crossover with his or Image. It could be, I don't know if it's just Image or it's just the Extreme Universe.
That's what I like to call classic Image when they first came out.
Right.
Because none of those characters are there anymore.
Yeah, but when we're talking about Image, we have other Jim Lee's also part of Image. Are his characters crossing over too, or are they just talking about?
Well, his
just
characters with the New 52 became a part of the DC universe. They got issues. They had first issues of their own, under that umbrella and the New 52 umbrella.
But after that, in Rebirth.
Well, I think most of them were canceled.
Right.
At the end, most of them were canceled at the end of the day. But I think he was talking about teaming up with some of the originals that he or Liefeld had done, because I doubt you would see a DC team up with any of the stuff Image is doing now, like Batman meets The Walking Dead. That would be great. I think a lot of guys would.
They're doing Batman. They're doing Deceased. What are we talking about? That's the
Yeah.
number 2 issue of the year, and it just came out in May.
Yeah, I think
So-
a lot of guys would love to see that. But
Yeah.
hey, I don't know how tight. I don't know how well they would go. Superman meets The Walking Dead. That'd be a 10-page story. Like, just clean it up. That would pretty much be the end of it. But I don't know. I didn't really pay too much attention to that. It was more like Liefeld, talking out of his rear end, as usual. See, he did this back in 2011 when I guess the relationship with him and DC kind of soured. Right. And he was like the same thing. Oh, this is terrible. You guys don't know what you're doing. Look at how you're doing this, that, and the other. You're gonna be, you're going down. You're going down. You're going down. So, what do we have now? 8 years later. I guess they rebuilt the bridge, and Liefeld literally comes with his own dynamite and says, "Nah, that'll be the end of it." And he's saying the same stuff that he did before. So it's kind of hard for me to take him seriously, because when he gets work with DC, he does it. He was doing, I think he did his first ever Superman work with some variants. I hated those covers. I really did. They looked like a high school student did them. He doesn't seem no.
But didn't they sell? Didn't those variants sell?
The variants always sell. That's pretty much it. I don't know if they weren't they didn't sell necessarily more than they normally did. They sell. The problem for me as a Superman fan was like, great, I got to get this now, because this is Liefeld's probably only work on Superman, those particular covers, and eventually, somebody's going to come after it for the whole thing. But
You're absolutely horrible. What are you talking about?
He just talks a lot of
smack.
Talks a lot of malarkey at the end of the day. And Liefeld's in a pretty interesting place, because he's not like one of the other Image guys where, this thing went belly up and he was like, hey, Liefeld actually has money. Liefeld actually has money.
He has Deadpool movie money. He has X-Men money.
Well, he has money from
X-Force money. He
has money from Image. When these guys were doing Image and everybody else was doing what have you, I think it was him and, was it Valentino? No, it wasn't. I can't remember who else it was. But these guys were going up and buying, they were buying up classic comic runs, the entire Captain Marvel run. They were buying up art. They were doing all this other type of stuff. So these guys have money, and they're sitting on some really nice acquisitions as well that they could turn over at any time to, if they wanted to just make some revenue.
You think that's the guy who did Spawn was also doing that too,
Oh no, Todd McFarlane's that's a totally different other entity. Todd McFarlane was he was really thinking along the same lines as what he was talking about before they went there, where he wanted to have a viable business of his own, being independent, being autonomous, and he's still that at the end of the day. I mean, he can work with DC, Marvel if he wants to, but if he never works with them again, Todd McFarlane seems like he's just going to be fine. And he's also had his own particular issues. But
he also has his toy business.
Yeah, toy business, the comics, he's branched out and he's, learned what works for him, learned what doesn't. And Spawn is getting ready to be, is going on his 300th issue. That's a testament to,
But is he still doing Spawn, or does he have someone else? I thought have someone else is doing Spawn.
I know he did the writing chores for the longest time. I think everything passed over, and he does he may come back and do a story here or there, or a cover here or there, but he hasn't done any interiors for as long as I can remember. Wow. But Liefeld just talks a lot of smack, man, a lot of malarkey, but he's in a good position where he can mouth off, because he can burn the bridge and it doesn't matter, because hey, fine, I'm rich, I'm rich. Okay, it's not like I don't have the money. You can't, I don't necessarily have to play ball with you because I need to get some money. I'm rich.
Well, there it is, man. What can you say? I mean, well, so DC's been doing some stuff. The numbers are here. Cal's had his point of view. Totally agree with some of them. But hey, what can you do? Spin a rack? Oats.